Once again, we are back on Boond Soch की Tea Talk Train of Thought with a series of an episodes with Aditi Gupta, a strong woman leader. I'm sure right from her education till Axis Bank, we have carried a story which I'm sure like lot of insights what we are getting for a target audience. Ma'am, welcome once again on this Tea Talk show. Now, in fact, you're part of a corporate journey till 2010 for your work for 9.5 years with Axis Bank, and I'm sure target audience have got a lot of insights like how from HR you've taken up the role as well as marketing and strategy, and we talk in terms of advertising, MR, and consumer research, which is concerned. Now, in fact, from here at the international level, and that too value addition. You went to this thing Singapore and you did a course in professional diploma in Asia Pacific marketing. That's the National University of Singapore. So from India to Singapore, can you share with our target audience?
So in between, like every other girl, I got married.
Okay. Oh, I
and
see.
then, and that is when I was a following spouse, as they say.
Okay.
But no, I wasn't like really following spouse because I was working. I was doing well in Axis Bank. I met my husband Prashant in the same bank.
Oh, so he was in Axis Bank too?
Bank has been giving back me a lot as well.
Okay.
That's why I've always praised Axis Bank and the culture over there. So yes, I met him in Axis Bank itself. He is also, Prashant is also pass out from IIT and IIM.
Right, yeah.
And somewhere where we connected was actually the values, and he is very calm and composed. Unlike me, you would still see me sometime energetic and he would be still calm and composed. And at that point of time, I was in a life where I also wanted to be settled. Of course, my mom had the pressure. I was like, any other girl child, every parent would want her daughter to get married to a suitable boy. And this is when I came across, we met, we became friends, and then we started our journey together in 2008.
Okay.
And when we started our journey, he is passionate about treasury. He is a dealer right now in the banking industry, both of us. He got an opportunity to move to Singapore.
Okay.
And that is when we decided that, okay, I'll finish my assignments over here a bit, and then I will join him somewhere around, 2011 or there. He had moved earlier.
Okay.
But of course, I had some great projects at Axis Bank that I was doing, and I was selected for them. So I wanted to pursue those, complete those, and then move after the financial year. So then I kept traveling in between whenever I got time. Kept joining him for some vacation or a week or a weekend or something, and then I moved there. Did work remotely for some time, and then post that we decided that this probably is the right time for us to start a family, and that is why the Singapore actually worked for us. That we moved to Singapore, we started, and I had my first daughter Ariana in Singapore, and then I said, now I need to pick up things and I need to get back to my career. And that is where when I started giving interviews, and I was also preparing for GMAT. I think in the break, I think I keep preparing myself for the next studies as well. Somehow it's always linked. I gave a lot of interviews. There were a lot of challenges because I was an Indian woman, and I was an expat. Plus, I did not know the language, that is Mandarin, and also there are a lot of things about the visa which were always challenging. If you're on a dependent visa, then your opportunities sometimes, of course people get jobs and opportunities, but I was at a middle level of my career, so it becomes a little difficult. If you are a fresher and a beginner, you immediately start somewhere. Correct. But you also have an aspiration that they should also recognize you, that you have worked for almost a decade now, and you cannot be starting from scratch and all. So it took a while for me to absorb that non-acceptance. So I have gone through amples of rejections, and I tried left, right, center, every corner. How would I get a job? Go to LinkedIn, request people, okay, refer me, call them, go to networking meetings and all, and try to tell them that, okay, I am equipped, I know how to work, you just give me an opportunity. Give me that first job. and nobody's ready to give you that first job.
Yeah,
Everybody's ready to give you the second job,
second job,
but not the first job.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
from being an Indian. Okay, being an Indian woman with a child, now looking to get back to career.
Correct.
Okay, so then I said, what do I do? So I started learning Mandarin. I did my Mandarin. Then I said, okay, marketing is something which is my future, and this is where I would like to stick to because I'm enjoying that. And so hence I looked out for some courses which are related to the Asia Pacific marketing, because all the roles that I saw were more related to not a specific country but were related to a broader role. And then I said, okay, I need to go a little bit more in depth and understand myself, and that is where I said, okay, let me do a professional diploma in Asia Pacific marketing. It allowed me to understand about how markets work, how Malaysia works, or Hong Kong, Singapore. There's differences, audience difference, and everything. So that is it. What it helped me. Then I got into a production house. And started working, but it did help me. So sometimes when you go abroad, you have to keep your open mind that there will be ups and downs. It's never a smooth journey, unless you make it really memorable and you want to wish the best for you, then you have to go beyond what you might have thought. That is something which is really required whenever any spouses or any of the young people who are moving abroad for them. Yes.
And also like Boond Soch ki, like, BrandWok, how it started, and Namkaran apne kaisa
So
kiya,
I
right?
started working with a production house. I made very good connections. Simultaneously, I was a part of Mrs. Singapore also as a finalist. It allowed me, why I joined Mrs. Singapore finalist was to connect with local people. I had no source. So I said, how can I connect with local people? How do I know what are they conversing? How do I keep questioning them? Oh, what is this meaning of Mandarin? How do I say hello, hi and all? That allowed me to be in the little bit of that circle. And when I started journey working and all, I realized I think it would be a better time for me if I'm not getting a job in a good corporate. And I didn't wanted to be a part where I'm not able to grow myself. Everybody requires the career growth. And over a period of time, I did wonderful work. I mean, in the production house, it was an award-winning production house. I worked with some great directors and cameramen as well. I did some voiceovers also. I met lot of entrepreneurs covering their series and all. But then when you're talking, when you're around that, you realize can you do something like that? At the same time, I was also frustrated that why am I not getting a job when I've done so many things. I'm an MBA, I've done banking, and that industry is also banking. Why I'm not getting a job? So I felt that I am looking something probably which I may not be made of, or I'm not made for. And we were walking towards the riverside. And I said, I love branding, I love marketing, I love that kind of a journey. So brand name came to my mind with that. And Wok, because I felt that I'm a marketer who can give you the right ingredients and make an integrated strategy plan in that Wok. And why Wok? Because in Asia, that is one of the, jaise kadhai hoti hai, it's a wok, right? And that is where because I was in Singapore, and that is where the thought process came. And then we started the journey, and I was extremely fortunate to have some support from the
I think it was the values and the handholding at the initial stage. Your father was there. And now I think once shifted to Singapore with Prashant, I'm sure his qualification from IIT and IMM and his intellectual have helped you out a lot in making a space as a Singapore which is concerned. And now having a title of Mrs. India Singapore, वो कैसा है?
So like I said that, on the day of the pageant, one of the pageants that I had participated in Mumbai itself, my dad passed away on the same day. And I think somewhere it just stayed in my mind, somewhere in one corner of that heart. You always have some incomplete things that you have, stored into that compartment of your heart.
Aditi, one more thing, many a times at particular age, once you are young, you feel you identify what are your core strengths, where you can encash that becomes some driver for you to go higher up in the ladder. So in your case, it's an intellectual, yes, and beauty also.
Yes.
So when we talk in terms of and beauty aspects which are there, so you never thought of getting into the glamour world of being part of an say like want to do some ads or some movies. Any thought on those lines which
So
came in your mind?
so of course, even my dad wanted me to do some commercials and all, and that's the reason. Again, my parents felt that probably I would be one of the persons on TV. So he had a dream of maybe I'll someday come on TV.
Yeah.
And he had actually also carved out a plan that I'll graduate. And I was good in studies, so he never complained about that, or my mom never had worry about she will
Your
not
studies.
do whatever in studies and all.
Correct,
She will put in efforts and she will do something. And this particular part of getting into commercial and all, he had some kind of plans. Okay, so he had said, you first complete your graduation
And
then
we'll
we'll
see.
find out. But in the meantime also, because of some of my friends who were doing some ads and all, I got an opportunity. So I did get an opportunity for some of the brands. I worked for Godrej as well. Godrej commercial. There have been some corporate ads and commercials that I have done. Acting was something which was never my thing. I would rather be someone who would be on stage and introducing someone, hosting someone, or managing an event. Acting was something which was not my thing. I tried also. I was there in one of the movies in Singapore we did. But I felt that this is a particular, the glamour world and everything I did not have an obsession for that. I did not have an obsession, and also being in Mumbai, you kind of see both. I think there are both worlds exist.
Correct.
Good and the bad world exist.
Correct,
Okay, so
correct.
I didn't wanted to take any chance on
Chance
that.
on it, correct,
I
correct.
felt I am very qualified and I am academically strong enough to pursue my career, which will support
Into
me throughout
education
my
part
life.
as such. Good.
And this is something should be a passion or a hobby. So I did a lot of runways because I entered into, that is the reason why I entered into pageant also. But what pageant taught me was a complete transformation of a personality. Okay, rather than just looking good and being on stage in high heels.
But more insights like,
But
from within
how
like.
it develops internally is
Correct.
an amazing journey. People always have this thing that, okay, women get into this and all of that. Yes, for Miss, it might be because their career starts that way.
Correct.
But for Misses, it is completely different. To be there, to try to be a public speaker, promote some cause and support, social causes, make your family proud over there. That was like a dream, my dad's dream for me to be on the stage. And that is where I said, let me get into a pageant, and that is where the
So
Mrs.
that
India
story of
Singapore-
your pageant we're going to take up in a following episode
Yes.
as said. But I'm sure like you've gone with a value addition of professional diploma in Asia Pacific marketing, and also you've gone with a certificate of a professional marketer, and also integrated digital marketing.
Yes.
That's from Marketing Institute of Singapore. I think if the target audience who are watching Aditi Gupta, like maybe I think she's more balanced, she understands what she needs to do, and to get into the corporate world and being part of an entrepreneur, she went for a value addition at each and every phase of her life. And it's a very interesting story to catch up with her. More insights as far as she is concerned in our next episode, exclusive story of Aditi Gupta on ttalk ek Boond Soch ki. If you like the episode, just go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel, and catch up with Aditi Gupta on ttalk in our next episode. Thank you very much. Ma'am, thanks
you.
a lot for being part of this show. Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so much.